My GF had amnesia and forgot who I was. Maybe it used to be your home, but it's not anymore. I turned to see Sophia standing with her arms crossed. Mr. Brown, even though I've forgotten many things, please have some self-awareness. When you're packing, don't try to take anything that doesn't belong to you. Her attitude was completely indifferent, as if she really had lost her memory. But I knew this was all an act. Why bother? If she no longer had feelings for me, she could have just asked for a breakup. I would have left on my own, without any fuss. Why put on this amnesia charade, making everything between us seem so disgraceful? This wasn't just humiliating me, it was trampling on all the beautiful memories we once shared. I hid the pain in my heart and replied briefly, I don't have a habit of stealing. With that, I walked into the bedroom and started packing. Sophia and her new boyfriend watched me like hawks. They flirted and joked around, just like Sophia and I used to do. She used to cling to me, acting cute, as if she couldn't bear to be apart from me for a second. Now she was doing the same with someone else. I didn't have many things, just a few clothes and some daily necessities. Amidst the heavy, sour emotions, I finished packing quickly. I stood up and asked Sophia, Miss Garcia, do you need to check my things? She didn't say anything, just waved her hand dismissively, as if shooing me away. I picked up my suitcase and walked straight out the door. The cold door closed behind me. I took a deep breath, my eyes burning. If I didn't have those memories, would it be easier for me? I took out my phone, hesitated for a moment, and finally dialed the doctor's number. I've made up my mind. I'll come to the hospital soon to discuss the surgery plan. Due to the tumor in my brain, I often had headaches. Not wanting to worry anyone, I didn't tell a soul. The doctor said the tumor was currently benign but risked becoming malignant. It was best to remove it as soon as possible. However, the tumor was pressing on my nerves, making the surgery risky. There was a high chance of partial memory loss after the operation, and the doctor couldn't be sure if I'd recover those memories. In the past, I valued my memories above all else, afraid of forgetting important people and events. But after breaking up with Sophia, I no longer had such concerns, because it seemed I had nothing left worth being afraid to lose. I went to the hospital and confirmed the surgery plan with the doctor. Next, I needed to gather the money for the operation. I was an art major in college, specializing in fine arts, and later got into photography after graduation. With my skills in life drawing and portrait photography, I made a decent living, but the high cost of living in New York meant I hadn't saved much in 2 years. Just as I was walking out of the hospital, worrying about money, I suddenly heard someone call my name, Liam. I turned to see Sophia and her new boyfriend, Chase, not far away. I nodded slightly in acknowledgement and was about to leave, but Sophia pressed on, Are you sick? I frowned and brushed it off. No, just a routine checkup. Sophia stared at me intently, her eyes showing concern and suspicion. Wasn't she pretending to have amnesia? What act was she putting on now? Chase, sensing something was off, chimed in, Sophia, I told you, it's just a minor cold. You didn't have to take half a day off work. His words seemed apologetic but were actually boasting to me. See, she takes time off work even for my little cold. What about you? All alone and pitiful. I found it childish and didn't bother to say anything. My head started to throb, and not wanting to show any weakness in front of Sophia, I turned to leave. Unexpectedly, Chase walked over and asked, Mr. Brown, you don't look well. Sophia's planning to make some health supplements for me. Why don't you come over to our place for dinner? I was a bit surprised and couldn't help glancing at Sophia. Of course, I knew she could cook, but I had never tasted her cooking, so I wasn't worthy of it even during our most passionate times. No, thanks, I said and started to walk away. Don't be so distant, Chase persisted, grabbing my arm. Where are you headed? I can have Sophia drive you. The pain in my head made me irritable. I jerked my arm away forcefully. I said, I don't need it. I hadn't used much strength, but somehow Chase stumbled and fell to the ground. He frowned, looking annoyed. Mr. Brown, I kindly invited you for dinner and offered you a ride. You refused, which is fine, but why did you push me? He had been showing off and clearly had no good intentions. Did he really think I couldn't see through it? I couldn't believe a grown man could be so shameless. What are you doing? Sophia approached, her face cold as she questioned me. I didn't push him at all, I retorted, refusing to back down. Hearing this, Sophia's expression grew even colder. Are you saying Chase threw himself down? Even if that was the truth, who would believe it? I could see a glimmer of sly satisfaction in Chase's eyes. Apologize, Sophia commanded me. You know what will happen if you offend me. Now you can watch the third part by pressing share and more.